Well, I think we got everything set out. What we're going to be needing today to plan out some of this little spot we always plan out every year. You know, the old bean pole planting. That's what we call it. Or old clothesline planting. Which becomes the old bean pole planting. Pretty much every year, we at least plant some beans up here. Last year, we had beans and tomatoes. But this year, I'm thinking, we're going to do a couple of these here Burpees bush hybrid cucumbers here on the west side. Over here on the north side, we got our poblano hot pepper and our lunchbox. Yeah. And then on the south side, well, of course here where these poles are, will be my famous rattlesnake pole beans. Yep. But on the south side, we're going to have our 2 sweet banana peppers. This one the Kitty Krew bought yesterday for me. And this one, as you can see, a lot yellower and a lot taller, not looking so healthy. One that we bought back in the first week of March. You know, before the weather got all crazy and we couldn't plant. And then of course, we had the accident. And here we are, June the 7th, and we're just getting to planting. But I'm thinking, as the Kitty Krew were thinking, we still got time. And we'll still make veggies, even going in this late. Don't bet against the old man, because you might lose. Oh, there you are, friend and family. I see you did stay to help the old man out and get some things planted today. Yeah, we're out here in the blazing hot sunshine in the early wee morning hours. And that sun's already toasty. So we got to get her done. Yep, and get everything watered in. And we might have to shade this, since it is going to see this hot southern sun in my little piece of paradise here in the deep south of Alabama. Yeah, because these skies are clear blue still. Let me show them to you. And then I'll explain what we're going to be doing and how we're going to do it. May not be the perfect way, may not be the way you doing it, but this is what we're going to do today with what we got. You know, I got to thinking a lot about that here of late. I thought about it last year, thought about it more this year. You know, I never seen my great-grandparents, my grandparents, or when I was working gardening with my dad from the tender age of 6 on. We didn't buy a lot of these things like Miracle Grow pot and soil, all this stuff. We didn't buy all those organic or inorganic fertilizers. No. Yeah, we used our own dirt, made our own compost, pretty much made our own pot and soil. And we didn't have none of that vermiculite or what's that other stuff? Perlite? Yeah. And we always made an amazing garden. And that's got me thinking, yeah, what would you do if it all went away? We'd have to revert back to those methods anyway. So maybe it's all about healthier soil instead of dumping some things in. But we got a little bit of stuff left. And I ain't going to throw it away. I'm going to use it up. Get her done this year. And next year, we may go totally without. We may have to. Who knows? Well, let me show you again what I'm going to be doing. It ain't nothing special. It's just planting. So as you can see, I got a trusty garden trowel here, and the first thing we got to do is make a hole. Yep, we're going to make a deep hole so we can put all kinds of goodies in it. Well, the goodies we got. Now this particular hole was already amended and fertilized all through the year last year, and it had tomatoes in it. Yeah, celebrity. And you can see, I ain't even straining. And that garden trowel is going right in. Look at that deep, rich, black, sandy loam. Hey, it's every gardener's delight. But as I've told you in years past, this place didn't come this way. No, every year, as you've seen, this place gets all kinds of leaf litter and grass clippings dumped on it for mulch. Yes, it does. And I mean, we can see we're going down in there with ease. And that's good dirt. And what we don't use, oh, did you see this little red wiggler here? You see him? You see him getting it? These are the worms you want. They're the ones who make and improve your soil. Yeah, the big old earthworms are fine too, but they sort of lazy in comparison to these red wigglers. They get it on. I mean, they're just so excited to be alive. Yeah, we're going to put them back over in the dirt pile. He'll be okay. But anyway, you see what I'm doing. And I'm going to make me a big deep hole, you know, so the roots have an easy time. You know, any roots that are in there, I'm going to take out, you know. That's why I have scissors and pruners here with me. I'll show you what I brought with me in the old wheelbarrow. Yeah, my version of a garden cart. So we almost got this hole all fixed up for this lovely 2 burpee bush hybrid cucumbers. Yeah, right there. From the fine folks at Bonnie Plants. See, burpless bush hybrid from Bonnie since 1918. And I'll say one thing. The Kitty Krew got them up at Superfoods. And they paid, and they only paid $2.97 a pot. So yeah, each one of them plants cost me $1.50. So if I get me 2 cucumbers, maybe 3, I pretty much paid for them based on what cucumbers are going for nowadays. Have you seen the price of cucumbers? Anyway, we're going to plant that there, and then we'll go over, make a hole, and start planting peppers. It's going to be the same for each pepper, so I won't bore you. In fact, all these holes are going to be the same because I know my soil and I know what it needs. And that's the most important thing you need to do. Test your soil, figure out what you need and what you don't need, instead of just dumping stuff. You know, copious amounts of compost that most people here on YouTube have to buy. Or, for God's sakes, you buy the ones from Home Depot, Lowe's, Tractor Supply, and what have you. They're wanting an arm, a leg, and part of a foot for them these days. But let's go over here and show you what I got. Ain't nothing special. And, you know, like I said in past years, I'm as organic as I can be. And what I'm going to be using today is some of the high yield 8-10-8 garden fertilizer. Yeah, been using it for the last 6 years. Not a lot, but some. I'm also going to be amending my hole with some of these nice earthworm castings, which are basically nitrogen. A nice, gentle, slow release. 1.25%. Yeah. And then, because I know my soil tends to run a little bit high on the pH, you know, 7.5, 7 to 7.5 to 8, I'm going to be adding some soil acidifier from Espoma, or Espoma, and it's organic. So at least 2 of the 3 things I'm going to be using are fully organic. Oh, here's a little note for you. This is actually mostly organic too. I mean the phosphate, which is the 10 right here, and the potassium, potash, which is the 8. Yeah, those are mostly mined, by the way. No, the phosphorus definitely is mined, and so is the potash. Yeah, from the ground. So isn't that organic too? I'd think so. Yeah, it may be processed into a usable form or ground up and formed. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't mind. See, you be you and I'll be me. And I got my little checker here for pH and moisture and light. Well, that's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to check my pH just to be sure, and I'll come back and show it to you so you'll know too. Always check your pH. You hear? So y'all, like I said, I know my soil pH tends to ride on the high side. Yeah, it's a little bit sweet, I think they call it, when the pH is high. And you can see it right there. My pH, I'm going to call it as a high 7. And I'd really like it to be, for my veggies, and what I found in my area, based on my soil condition and nutrients, and all that such stuff from soil tests, is I like it to be around a 6.5. And I have a hard time getting it down there, even though every year we pile up grass clippings and oak leaves, which I'm going to tell you something about the oak leaves. People will tell you, right, oh, but they're acidic. Yeah, they'll make your soil acid. I piled up leaves in these garden areas for over 25 years, and I'm still on the sweet side. Yep, they're acidic when they're green, but after they decay, they tend to just get neutral. Yeah, you can check with those universities and ag specialists. They'll tell you the same thing. Surely they will. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be adding a couple tablespoons. There's no magic or special formula of this Espoma organic soil acidifier to my hole. And I'll probably sprinkle a little bit around the edge after we're done too, to get that pH a little bit lower. And I may, I'll be checking my soil pH in the hole as the growing year progresses. I always do. And then, just to give it a nice friendly boost, all the plants will be getting, just a heaping handful of earthworm castings. All natural and organic, soil enricher. 1.25% nitrogen. No phosphorus or potassium. That'll come from the high yield fertilizer over in the wheelbarrow, which we'll be sprinkling all around the perimeter of the plant. And we'll water it in. We already got our water jug filled, sitting over in the shade. So hey, let's get to adding and get to mixing, okay? Yeah, we'll drop in a tablespoon of the soil acidifier, and we'll sprinkle another over here. You might not be able to see, but we're sprinkling it on our dirt pile that we'll be adding back. And then I'm just going to take a nice big handful. You see that? These, whew, look how deep, dark black these earthworm castings are. This is what they call black gold, folks. We're just going to dump that on in. And we'll give it a mix. And then we're also going to put a handful over on our dirt pile. Let me show you. You see? We added a handful of worm castings and a tablespoon of the soil acidifier to the dirt pile. So now we just got to mix her up. And we're just going to take our hand and we're just going to reach down in there, mix her up, break up any clods. Yep. No, we're not putting no Miracle Grow potting soil in it. I mean, I want you to look at this ground. Look at that. You can see the sandy loam. Whew. The only thing is, they always tell you want well-drained soil. Yeah, well, here in the deep south, as hot as it gets, that well-drained can be a devil, because all your watering goes straight down to China. But that hole is ready to plant. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So, I've got to set y'all up out of the way. So our next step is take our dirt pile over here and do the same thing. Mix up that worm castings. Take out any little roots that we got in there. There'll be plenty of roots, so don't worry about not leaving nothing for the earthworms and the mycorrhizal fungi to eat. There's plenty of organic material in this dirt for everyone. There we go. We got it all broke up. Now we just got to get out of plants. Whew. Whew, you see that nice root ball? It was just starting to circle. We don't want circle, okay? Yep. Before we break this here root ball all up, we're gonna set her down in there in the center of the hole. Just like that. Start dropping in that luscious sandy loam that we've been making for the last quarter century. Yeah, I mean, you can garden. You know, you can go out and dig a hole out in the yard. And if you throw enough money at it, you can make it happen. Yep, you can. We're just going to press this all down. We're not going to stand on it. We're just going to press it down. Yeah, we're leaving both those in there. It'll be okay. And we'll just spread out the rest of that there wonderful soil. And there we have it. 2 of the burpless bush hybrid burpee from Bonnie Plants. All ready to go there for another season. 2023. Yeah. I can't wait till I'm cutting up the first one. What about y'all? And you see, we're going to be doing the same thing on the peppers. Surely we are. Each one. Nothing different. Peppers will be fine. Oh, well, you know, we got a side dress now with some of that wonderful high yield 10-8-8. Or is it 8-10-8? No, I don't remember. And since that's about a 4-inch diameter planting hole, or maybe 6, okay, we're just going to take and sprinkle some, about, there's a tablespoon. And for now, there's another tablespoon. Not real close to the plant. We want it to get established. And there we have it. Now, except with water, oh, I got another earthworm there. Throw him in there. Now, except for water, they're done. Well, they're done for at least another, oh, I'd say 2 to 4 weeks. And then we'll have to come back by and check the pH and see if they need an adjustment. And at that time, we'll probably hit them with some more fertilizer. Yep, surely we will. Of course, now we will be watering these every day. Oh, we almost forgot. We need to water them in, right? Always watering your plants, children. Yep, give them a drink. And I always leave a little water well there. Of course, that there soaker hose, or drip hose, creates one anyway. Sort of comes in handy. And when I'm lazy and don't want to tote water, I can just drag the hose up here and hook it up to the drip hose, leave it on for about an hour, and it'll all be taken care of without no effort from me. But more times than not, I don't mind toting water. It's good exercise for the little old man. But that's how we're going to do every hole. We're going to do the peppers the same way. Yes, we are. So hey, as soon as I get this all planted out, we'll come back. Probably catch a break on the front porch and chat a while. Well, we got them in. Yeah, just, you know, had to dig 5 holes with a little garden trowel there. Yeah, and then the soil with our earthworm castings, our soil acidifier, and our high yield fertilizer, or fertilizer as many call it here in the south. And we got them all done. And the sun is already high in the sky. It's 11 a.m. Yep, and it's blasting down on us. And you can see the little cucumbers. They ain't loving it all so much. But we got the cucumbers in, those burpless bush hybrids. We got our, what is it, poblano, Anaheim, or Anaheim, or whatever, hot pepper in. And we got our lunchbox, a red one lunchbox in right there. Now we didn't get the beans in. I'm gonna take a break. And all of y'all started to complaining that it was getting too hot. And we were all getting too moist because it's rather humid today too. So we'll come back probably later this evening, get these beans put in. But we got our 2 sweet bananas in here. This one the Kitty Krew bought yesterday at Superfoods. Of course, it's a hybrid pepper from Bonnie. And then we got the one I bought back in the first week of March before, you know, the weather went all wacky. You know, where we had extremely abnormally hot days and extremely abnormally cold. Yeah, so I held on to them. Yeah, and then we all know what happened. But that one's looking a little, weak. Well, this one's much greener and finer. But let's see what happens as the year goes on. And later on, I'll test the soaker hose there and make sure it's all fine too. And we'll get the beans planted at that time. Well, with y'all's help and the Kitty Krew's help, it only took an hour. Yeah, not all that bad for a little old man. With some help from his friends and family. And the Kitty Krew too. Yeah, and they ain't got no thumbs. Imagine that. So there y'all are again. Let's get in here under the shade. Because it's brittle out in that blazing sun. But we got the cucumbers, what's left of them, in. And we got our peppers in. We still got more peppers. We still got those 6 Bonnie Bells we bought back in March. And we're going to be putting them in too. Probably not today. Yeah, I need to sit down, mix me up a cold drink, fix one for all of y'all if you'd like. You know, some of that from the fine friends at Propel with all those electrolytes in it. Yeah, because I'm a little sweaty and I'm damp. So hey, I'm heading on in the house. You're more than welcome to come on in and fix your own. Or I'll be neighborly and I'll fix it for you. And then we can all sit out here and take a breather and enjoy the breeze and the shade out here on the front porch. Ooh, that breeze feels fine when you're moist, youngins. Nature's air conditioning. It's all we had when I was a boy. Didn't get air conditioning until 1966. Yeah, it can be done. People used to live without. But hey, you know how it is. We got to run on in, and there's always more to do. But until I and the Kitty Krew, you know them all. Cleo, Spooky, Speedy, old Mr. Gray. Sometimes Heathcliff, and little Gracie too. See you on that next video. Y'all take care, stay safe, and God bless you as you best those around you. Goodbye for now. Mr. Gray, what you doing out there? Kitty, kitty, kitty. Come on, Mr. Gray. Let's get over here on the front porch. Come on, Mr. Gray. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come on. Come on, my big buddy. There you are. Get on over here with Papa. Yep, there's my big boy. My old Mr. Gray. You faithful, aren't you? My faithful furry friend. Yeah, and there's my other big old furry friend, Spooky. Never far away. Him and old Mr. Gray, they become close buds. I guess they're bros now. Yeah, Spooky loves everybody. As y'all know, the only male cat I ever seen that took care of kittens. But he did. Whew. I bet it's chilly willy in the old house. I forgot to turn the AC up. Yeah, Gracie complains when I do. I'll bet she's laying right in on the couch too. Well, later all.